My new book, Facts That Aren't True, is out now. Don't forget about my other book, Rational Answers to Stupid Questions. Click the link in the description now.
Nothing. I was just looking forward to like the latest argument for atheism, or maybe the updated version, the 2024
Oh,
uh,
okay.
atheism
So,
2.0. I was just kind of looking for that sort of interaction today. Like I always
well,
am, but I'm usually disappointed. But
so
hopefully,
atheism doesn't require any arguments because not believing in deities is not necessarily a position. It's just a characteristic of what most atheists are. We're just people who don't believe in any gods or goddesses.
Somebody born in
So
a
there's
complete vegetative state is an atheist.
That's true. Yeah, so because one of the prerequisites for believing in a god or a goddess is to have at least a partial concept of what that god or goddess is. Otherwise, it's impossible to believe in it. So we can go through life completely ignorant of what this concept is, not have any belief, or we can be aware, like myself, I'm aware of what these concepts are, and they vary depending on who you talk to. The Christian one is pretty straightforward when you just look at the basics, and then there's a bunch more added onto it. I don't believe in any of those things. So if I
can we
was
go
to take
back
a
to what Planet said though? What did he say again? He said that what? Who's an atheist?
Okay, I'm just trying to finish what I'm saying. He said
Yeah.
people born in a vegetative state. But what I'll say is that, for me, I don't. If I was to hold a belief that there are no deities, then I'd be taking a position I would have to justify. I'm not holding that position in most cases. So that's fine. Now, again, your point about wanting justification for atheism, I really don't think is there. The only justification is that there are people who don't believe in deities, and that's it. So I really think it's that simple. It's not complex like a religious deity, like a god, the Christian god or something. It has quite a lot more to it. So that's my view. But if you want to go back to respond to that or go back to Planet Peterson, that's up to you.
No, that was beautiful. But what
Thank you.
Planet said there was weird because he said that the person is in a vegetative state.
Yeah,
What
they're
is
an
what is that?
atheist.
Born into a
Vegetative
vegetative
state.
state.
Vegetative state just means his body can't move. That doesn't mean his mind is not working. Correct?
Born in a vegetative state
Yeah, their
is what he
brain
said.
their brain obviously works because they are alive.
So then, how would they? So then, if they could have thoughts, um, then yeah, then how would that make them an atheist? I don't understand that.
You're
Can you elaborate
you're
what that
claiming
means?
that people born in vegetative states believe in God, the
I
Christian
don't
God
even know what
specifically.
being born in a vegetative state. So you would have to clear that up first, is what I'm saying. I never said anything. I'm trying to understand what a vegetative state to me means that you still have brain function,
Yep.
but you can't move your body. Is that correct?
Yep, these are people. They're conscious. They have some sort of conscious experience. It's very different from the one you or I have. And they don't believe in God, just like I don't.
Well, well, well. Okay, all right. So unpack that for me, bud, please. I really want to understand what you're saying.
I honestly don't think I can make it any simpler than that.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
Well, it's a you
You're
problem,
saying
not a
that
me
you.
problem.
So why even make a comment if you're not going to go into the explanation? I mean,
Because it was
I thought that
it was
was what you were
it
here
was
to talk.
extremely simple and you just can't grasp it, I guess. I don't know.
I can't see how you and someone, unless you're calling yourself that, are do you consider yourself a vegetative state mentally or physically?
No, I'm telling you
I
that I
don't
don't
understand how
believe in
you're
God
comparing. Oh, okay. So how is that compared to someone in a vegetative state
because they
when they
don't
can
believe
still
in
have
God.
thoughts? Yeah, but how is it that somebody can't move their physical body equivalent to someone not believing in God? That sounds weird.
I like.
I mean,
Are
it
you
just-
are you
it just
being
doesn't sound
deliberately
right.
obtuse, or are you just trying to
No.
buy time so you can come up
If I
with a
can't-
counter argument?
If I can't,
The
move
idea that
my
they
body,
can't move their arms has something to do with what they believe in. You'd have to be
Is it?
trolling or just biting time to
Well,
make that
that's
argument.
what you said.
No,
That's what you said.
that's not the
You said-
implication for what I said, and it's plainly obvious.
Oh, well, then maybe you need to clarify. What
Maybe
you're
you need to learn how to
explaining.
think.
Is a vegetative state. Well, I could think and I can move my arms. You're saying a guy
Great.
that could think
That
and
has
can't
nothing to
move
do
his
with what
arms-
you believe in.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. So, could that person? You're saying that person can't hear, see, talk, taste?
Yeah, and they
Is that
don't
what you're
believe in God.
describing?
Yeah, they don't believe in God. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, they don't have any beliefs.
Great, including a belief
That's
in
irrelevant.
God.
Well, that's what I mean. So if he can't have any beliefs, he can't
Then they're
distinguish
atheists.
one from the
Yeah.
other.
There you go. They're
Hang
atheists.
on,
No,
hang on.
that
Hang on.
they
Hang on,
don't. They're not even communicating.
Yep, they're
We need to stop
atheists.
here for a
They can't
second. We need to
communicate.
stop for a sec, guys. Stop for a second.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy's saying.
That they're atheists.
No.
It's extremely simple.
Hang on. He's not saying they can't have beliefs. He's just saying they don't believe in any deities, right, Peterson?
Yeah, it's extremely simple. They don't believe
so
in God.
someone. So someone that doesn't see, can't hear, can't speak, can't taste, can't talk or walk or feel. What beliefs do they have?
Maybe none.
So then,
including a belief in God. So they're atheists.
Well, an atheist would have to. You have to accept the God position in order to reject.
You literally don't.
So
I don't reject it. I don't believe
I
it.
just explained why you don't have to.
Wait, but you have to know that it's what it means, right?
No, you literally
Nope.
don't. Because not believing
So
something
you don't
is
believe
not
in
rejecting
blue
it.
blah? You don't believe in blue blah?
No.
Do you know what it is?
No.
How do you not? How can you not believe in something you don't know what it? So there's
Because
these
I'm-
things
because
in
I'm
the
not
world
making
right
a-
now
Because believing is a
that you
positive
don't
claim.
know about.
Yeah, belief
Think about
is a
all the
positive
things that
claim.
you don't know about.
I'll just
right?
talk over you.
You're
I
saying
have no
you don't
problem doing
believe-
that.
You don't believe in
Belief
those
is a
things,
positive
right?
claim, and
Oh,
rejection is a
coming in
positive
really-
claim,
I
but
don't know why
not
you said
believing
that.
is not a positive
Hey, one at a
claim.
time.
Can you control the stage, guys? He's putting his phone in his mouth.
It's
Thank
okay.
you,
One,
Alyssa, for
one,
coming
one at a time, guys. Come on.
Yeah, please. So first, for something to be falsifiable, right? It has to be present or tangible, or it has to be something in order to be falsified. If something's not there, you can't unfalsify. Like you can't unfalsify. You can't unfalsify 2 + 2 = 4. Right? It's an
That's
abstract
ontological.
thing.
Jesus fucking
Yeah, that's
Christ.
ontological. We were talking epistemological, so we were moving into ontological. We can do that.
I always go into ontological first. There's no way you can have epistemology without ontology. So
We started off that way. And you
Obviously.
said my description was beautiful, and I did describe how we need to conceptualize something before we can believe in it.
well, no. You said that's the reason why you don't defend atheism, and I said that was beautiful.
Atheism is
Okay,
not
I
a positive
did.
claim.
So it's not a positive point. That's why.
Correct.
No. Then you didn't listen to what. Then you didn't listen to what Randolph is saying, because he said that's the reason why he doesn't take that position, because then he would have to defend that. That's exactly what he said. Are you not paying? Are you not on the
no,
same page as
I
me?
do not think that's what he said.
Can we kick this guy off the stage then? Because he's just. I think he's trolling and he's not letting the
Okay,
conversation.
he's one of the panel members today, so
Oh.
we're not going to get into that now. I'll clarify what I said. I did say that the prerequisite for belief in something is having at least a partial concept in what it is you're believing in. So, as an atheist, there are all these different deities I have no concept of that I don't believe in because I can't hold a belief in them because I don't have a concept of what they are. That doesn't preclude me from being an atheist. That is why I'm an atheist.
Mr. Planet, did you hear what he said?
Sort of.
Did you agree with what he said?
Not sure.
What are the parts are you unsure about?
Most of it. So if you want to know what my position on atheism is that I don't believe in God, just like a person in a complete vegetative state doesn't believe in God. I do not make the positive claim that God does not exist. God might exist.
Me too.
I just don't believe
I'm on the
it.
same page.
Yeah, there we go.
Me too. I'm on the same page here.
Yep, so I'm not making a positive claim. It's just like aliens. Aliens might exist. It's possible that they exist, but I don't have any specific beliefs about aliens. I don't have a belief about what color they are, how many arms or legs they have, or anything like that. They could exist, but I just suspend any belief in them, specific belief in them.
So what about you?
Is it logically possible that a God can exist? Hang on, Bob. Is it logically possible that a God can exist?
Who is that a question for?
Are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure. Not the Christian God. That's obviously impossible.
But it is logically possible for there to be a God.
No, because you claim that he's all-knowing, yet if you just literally read Genesis 18, he has to go down to Sodom and Gomorrah to see for himself because he...
So what this planet guy said...
That's all you've got.
Yeah, so this planet guy said because he has to come down to creation, he can't exist. That was his... I don't understand. Where's the contradiction in that, then? If you want to use
if I
the law of non-contradiction as being... Why are you speaking then?
Because you asked a question.
Guys. But I wasn't finished.
Okay, so you're going to ask a question and then go off and then go on and on and on about nothing.
I'm not going to go on and on and on. I let you go on and on and on.
I already know your question, so I'm prepared to answer it. But go ahead.
All right. Well, let me finish the thought here. So you're presupposing a lot here. You're using the Sodom and Gomorrah story as a basis for bringing up some sort of contradiction in the Christian God or something like that. I don't even know. So what is it about this story or the aspect of one story that you have trouble with? That I've never heard this before.
I don't have, that's amazing because this is only like the 18th chapter of the Bible. You'd think you would have got to this point. So
I've never heard anyone use this as an argument.
Okay. So if I have to open a box to know what's in it, does that mean that before I opened the box, I possessed all knowledge?
Why are you sidestepping?
I'm not. I'm asking you a very simple question, so you can't weasel out of it. Wow, why are you?
I asked you a question.
If you overtalk me again, yeah. So because I know how dishonest. Yeah, there you go.
It's gonna threaten you now.
I know how dishonest people like you are, so I have to ask you a question to make sure that we actually agree on terms.
You made a statement. You have to back up your claim. You said something about Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm trying to understand.
And I know what's going. Yeah, so I know what's going to happen is you're going to try to weasel out of it in some way. So we need to, before we get there.
So you're scared because you have no argument. I'm not afraid.
You're scared because you are refusing to engage with this.
Explain to me the Sodom and Gomorrah story.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
angels or whatever it is that you want to do. So explain
before we do that. You need to answer the question. If I need to, because you're scared. Yeah. So I'll just do it for you. That's fine. I don't need you. If I need to open a box before, or if I need to open a box to find out what's in it, then I cannot say that before I opened the box, I possessed all knowledge because I don't even know what's in the box. Everybody, all the people watching this know that that's exactly how that works. Bart, you know that that's exactly how that works. So the God you believe in apparently possesses all knowledge. Do you think that that's false?
Do you know what a narrative is?
So I'm talking to Bart, so I don't care whatever you have to say.
No,
so,
you guys are allowed to he's allowed to speak for me also, because you have Taco speaking for you and all this other stuff. Of course
no, that actually hasn't happened. So, is your God omniscient? Does it know all?
You're supposed to be explaining the Sodom and Gomorrah story to me. That's it. No questions.
That's not how it's going to work, and I don't know what makes you think it's going to go any other way. So, is your God all-knowing? Is your God all-knowing?
It's not a question.
Yeah, I'd be scared if I were you too.
Sorry, Barthologist, please stop trying to operate how things run here. Converse, please.
Is your God all knowing?
Right. Well, I don't hold that the three omniproperties, if that's where you are heading, are logically consistent. So I don't believe that the God is omnibenevolent. Does that solve a problem for you?
Not even remotely, because we're not talking about benevolence.
Okay, well, then in that case, I will go, yes, God is omniscient for the sake of your argument, which I'm happy to hear.
Great.
I'm interested as to why you think you can falsify it.
God, yeah. So God does not have to open a box to find out what's in it, right?
Correct.
Okay. Then the Lord said, the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great, and their sin is so grievous, that I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I will know. He doesn't know. He has to go and see for himself. He has to open the box.
I have other parts of the Bible that say very similar things.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so
but Christian God doesn't exist.
Like I said, the narrative of that, because I think that the Old Testament is a mythological history. It's expressing things
so God didn't create the world.
In terms of an aesthetic, literary device. That's what I think they are. So whilst you say God doesn't know something, that's the story of the evolution of how it happened, not exactly as it happened.
Great. So now we can't trust anything in the Bible because we have no way of parsing out what really happened versus what didn't really happen.
Well, you kind of do, yeah.
And that is?
It takes more than just the Bible for a start.
Yeah, that is precisely the question that I asked you.
Okay, well, this refers to I have personal experience of the entity. Now, you can call me crazy, I don't mind, but that is just the way that it is.
Yeah, anybody can claim that.
I know they can, yeah.
Okay,
it becomes very clear when people see that.
Well, it makes your belief not special in any way, because I can just say Spanky revealed to me the truth.
Did I say it was? There's nothing special.
Again, you're getting offended. I'm just telling you that this is the way it is.
Sorry, you're passively aggressive. Why are you passively aggressive?
I don't answer stupid questions. Sorry.
Neither do I.
Okay. So, Bart, your God is not all-knowing. There we go.
Well, she said it was, so.
I don't know.
I
don't know why you're asking me this question. You read the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. There must be something about it you believe in order for you to have some sort of, come to some sort of conclusion with it. So you said that you're in a vegetative state, and the person in the vegetative state cannot read this story. This way, you and the person in the vegetative state are not the same. And that was the crux of my argument. So you and the vegetative state are not the same. You can read the story. The person in the vegetative state cannot. This way, your argument is flawed. Thank you very much.
You're being deliberately obtuse. So comparing me to a person in a vegetative state has... Wow, you're talking over me. That's interesting.
You made a statement about the vegetative state. And that was my main thing in having a conversation with you.
So me talking about a person in a vegetative state has nothing to do with what they are physically able to do with their body. Every idiot gets that. It has to do with what kinds of beliefs that they have. They don't believe in a God. I don't believe in a God. We're both atheists.
Yeah, the person in the vegetative state cannot read Genesis 19 or Judges 19, which is the same story.
Neither could a Native American living 1,000 years ago.
Me? Why? Come on, guys. Do some moderation right there. That's just being rude. You and the person in the vegetative state obviously are not the same, because the person in the vegetative state...
We have the same beliefs.
Why is this guy doing this?
Because you're being an idiot. You keep diverting to something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It's impossible to have a nice conversation.
Because you're not talking about the meat of the conversation. So forget the vegetative state, because you're incapable of understanding it. A Native American living 1,000 years ago also is incapable of reading Genesis, aren't they?
Yeah, but they could still experience God.
Do they believe in
He's
the Christian God?
transcending. He transcends through all human history.
Do you believe? So, do you just believe that everybody is born believing in the Christian God?
That was never my argument. That was your argument.
That's not my argument. I asked you the question.
You said that a person that's born in a vegetative state is the same as someone living in atheist. And you've proven that right now with your argument that is not the case.
I can't. I cannot believe that you take yourself seriously to any degree, and you would say stuff like that. He doesn't get it, so somebody else can talk to him. He's literally incapable of understanding that I'm talking about that they don't have a belief. So, I don't know.
Well, there's other ways to say that. The way you said it just didn't make any sense. And I just explained why it doesn't make any sense to you.
Your inability to understand it is not my problem.
So what is it about you and the person in the vegetative state that's the same?
I've explained it 20 times. I'm not explaining it 21 times. I don't care if I can't get across to you because I'm doing this. This is for people to listen to the ideas. And people with sound minds will be able to understand that you just have completely failed to even try to understand or engage with this. And so my job here is done.
So now my understanding is Bartholomew just wanted to bring you on to team up with him. So what is it you guys wanted to discuss here? Or should we just move on to our next guest?
Conversation, dude, yeah.
Yeah, conversation you guys cannot attain. Because you're just coming up with these like foolish sort of rhetoric.
You've never seen the online.
What? Oh.
Okay, I think I've had enough of them.